A contradiction at times, conscience with a slime, salivate at the illest times, smiling at the pain in the mirror, witnessing my laughing lines. Danger was a solemn time, adrenal junkie, adding ice water and chills, the coldest lines. The darkest dimes perplexed my memories, thinking of the corrosive inclines, thrilling to the spine. Hello everyone, welcome back to Poetry Journal Podcast. I am your host, Alex Murdoch. I hope everyone's doing well. On a high, feeling good. Still steaming from pretty much the past few weeks. It was like surroundings have been truly sunny and exciting. More sunny than anything right now. Absolutely blistering heat. But you know, we love that sort of thing right now. So it's been really a positive. So you know, just hopefully everyone's going through the same situation, and I've pretty much been in a good mood, and yeah, just wanted to give a shout out to the listeners as well. I always feel good knowing that, you know what, people can relate to what I'm saying, because that's a big thing for me, especially what I do, just writing, because, you know, again, I'm not sure if I've ever explained this before, but, you know, part of what I do, how it began, it was more of kind of like just personally for me, my art, my writing, everything I do. But you know, over time I've kind of understood that you know what, people can benefit from this, and I'm sure as you grow as a person as well, most people would want to give back, and I think I've matured into that type of person over time. So good 5 years or so I've been in this space where, you know, I've always wanted to give back to people, or just give back really, especially give back for one, and giving, you know, just in general, just being a given person, as I've gone into manhood. So it's just kind of like the person I've kind of grown into. And so my art, I feel, is kind of like the most valuable thing really I can really pass on, because I always feel like it's an extension of myself, and you know, it's almost like I'm giving a part of me in a sense, or snippets of myself, because you know, I always take snippets to present to people when I'm speaking on here on the podcast, the Poetry Journal Podcast, in a sense. So you know, I the fact that I'm saying my point is the fact that I feel like people are still listening and paying attention to what I have to say. You know, my 2 pence. You know, I appreciate that. So, of course, shout out to the listeners, and yeah, hopefully you keep listening, and you keep, and you know, I try to keep bringing that thing that you want to hear, etc., etc. I'm not I don't feel to go into the pieces, but you know, I like to just kind of, this is poetry and this is for poetry, so I like to just, for tonight, I just want to bring little pieces of my work to share, because I do intend to have these all compiled and presented to people where it's available. And of course, I believe that everyone's kind of had enough of my own work to kind of understand my DNA when it comes to creativity, writing, the background to me, and my method of madness when it comes to creating. So I don't too want to keep diving into that where it comes to the listeners, because I respect my listeners in knowing and understanding art in a sense. So I just want to just go through this, which is another quote from, I'll just let you know the piece I'm reading it from. It's called The Savage Shade, and this is just a piece from it, which is the one I just read, and I just want to read it again. It says, a contradiction at times, conscience with a slime, salivate at illest times, smiling at the pain in the mirror, witnessing my laughing lines, danger was a solemn time, adrenal junkie, adding ice water and chills the coldest lines. The darkest dimes perplexed my memories, thinking of the corrosive inclines, thrilling to the spine. And when I read this, it just kind of put me in a space where I'm almost like motivated to wanna, master. Well, firstly, let me go into what I really want to speak about tonight. Had an open poetry night, open mic last night, and it went really well. It went really well, and I was really pleased with my performance, and I had a positive reception from the crowd, and I think my outlook on it is just what I was really more happy about, apart from the fact that people really felt what I was speaking about or what I was reading and what I've created. It's in the sense of like I was in a space of like I felt like I was motivated, and I really wanted to almost further my mastery. And bear in mind, I'm still a novice at this. I've only done it about 5 or 6 times now, and it's typically been once a month so far, given my lifestyle. I do plan to improve, and I'll keep you posted where I'm going to be located, etc. And people are always welcome to come. Currently, right now, I am at Grow Hackney. So if you're more than welcome to come along and just have an experience. I'm a cool guy where I'm open to just people just coming up to me and just speaking art or speaking on my work or ask anything. I'm that type of person where I'm open to speak about things or just to interact with people. So of course, and especially if you mention you've of me from, like, say, a piece of work that I created or something like that, it's almost like that's even more reason to kind of like open up and speak about anything really. But yes, as the night went, it was almost like, well, again, nice weather, hot, and it was really interesting. A few twists in the whole happenings where, you know, the usual presenters, etc., that wasn't actually there to kind of like, you know, as you know, when it comes to like entertainment or things of this nature, when it comes to like, you know, usually you have like a warm-up crowd or somebody that warm up the crowd, and you have entertainers, and you have, and I must say, these guys are really talented at what they do as well. So props to Grow Hackney. You know, it's a really cool place, and I must stress, it's a really great environment for artists. So and the owner, for one, his name is Pete. One of the coolest guys I've ever met. Since I've started doing open mics, and just always willing to, you know, help, give a hand, you know, and even with like links to places and shops, when it comes to bookshops, you know, to social network, and just put my stuff out there, put my work out there. Really cool guy. So I would always encourage anyone to go, because it's a great, if you're an artist especially, it's a great place to really hone your skills, even if you're like a musician or anything in that nature, or just like a wordsmith like myself. Poetry or musician, different, various, piano, drums, all that malarkey. And you know, they really open up to people going on stage. They rotate the stage, so other musicians can get their opportunity to kind of play their instrument. Well, regardless of your instrument, it's quite versatile down there. So yeah, it's a really cool place. Even though I'm planning to like branch out to different places, I'm on the lookout right now to different places to kind of like open mics. I'll definitely keep going to Grow, because that's one place, you know, it's kind of like the official roots of like my open mic performances. So I would always want to keep in touch with that now, and I just love the location. So really cool, and great audience for artists, especially if you're starting out. So definitely recommend it. But in this case, is a little bit twist, where it's almost like, yeah, like I said, different people. So so I'm there, but either way, I had a chance to go up, but it's almost like somebody took my spot to begin with, where it's almost like, is it Alex Murdoch or Alex? They didn't say my last name, just Alex. And so this other guy went up, and I'm just there like, whoa, he really sure looks like Alex. But obviously, it's clearly it was a mistake, and everybody kind of knew it. But I was really open to it, just in the sense of like, I really wanted to see what he was gonna do, if he was a poet, etc. But he was really playful on stage, and you know, it did his thing. Just, you know, just like it was really almost playful. Gave a little song, and then he just kept it moving past the mic onto somebody else. But I don't know if it was the athlete in me, where on my way up, finally, and I must say, the guy, I've never really met him before. He had an accent like an American. Gave a really cool really warm and cool reception to introduce me. That was really cool, and I didn't really realize until afterwards when I watched the video of my performance, and I was like, oh, that's really he really you know, gave me a nice intro. You know, I appreciate that. So But like I said, I don't know if it was the athlete in me who went up there. My mouth was really dry. It was just like, or maybe it's the caffeine because I had a lot of coffee during the day, and yeah. But in any case, I went up there and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and but I just left that place feeling motivated and almost like, you know what, I want to do this and keep climbing in terms of like the levels I can really take it. And I'm starting to, it's almost like going into the Matrix in a sense, where I'm just like, I'm feeling that artistic part of it, where it's just like, not just creating the art, but in that artistic part of it that I've always been focused on, but also the just like now the performance part, not just kind of like speaking words, but it's the word, or not just, it's word manipulation, not just on paper but in that performance realm as well. And there's something different about it, and I understand as well that you can only get it through practicing. And when you do it right, and I felt like I did it right that night, there's just something there's something really beautiful about it. And it's just like it can put you in a kind of like a trance in a sense, and it's really cool. And that's one of the reasons why I think I like to just read, still just like read pieces, even if it's just the fact to read it, because I think I'm getting to that space where like I really enjoy and I appreciate that part of the whole experience, and yeah, I think I'm starting to really enjoy the whole mastering of the whole thing. But the first piece the first piece I performed it was something new I wrote last week, and it's called "It Takes a Second." And I wanted to pivot to that piece now, and I wanted to read like the favorite quote, the favorite paragraph of that piece to me that I read that night, and I see if I can perform it somewhat to the way I did it that night. It would never be, as heightened, but let me see if I can get it. Here we go. Fighting for the days to come, the ones that were never gone. The mere realization, greatness begins with a sensation. If ever you would dare to feel it, to grip and grasp. I'm willing to die for mine, like Ali, resulting concussion, crushing blow to vertebrae columns, spine shifting to different dimensions. Splintering results need not be mentioned. And that was basically it. But yeah, I just really enjoy that part of it. And there's something to be said for, it's almost euphoric to know that, what, when I hear my stuff, it's kind of like, not to toot my own horn or anything like that, it's just, I really appreciate what I do, and it's almost like a realization where I feel like, I'm doing it for the right reasons, and that means a lot to a person like me. So yeah, it's been really cool, really positive, and I had a great weekend consequently because of that. But I thought it was something to really connect with on this episode, and just wanted to kind of share with people, the listeners, and I thought it was something people would appreciate. So, of course, I hope you find it as valuable and an anecdote, an experience as I did. Of course, as you know, before I go, I just want to say again, appreciate everyone listening, the loyal listeners especially, but everyone in general, really appreciate you just taking time to hear what I have to say. But of course, don't forget, Poetry Journal, Growing Pains out right now. And like I said, you can reach me on Instagram, Poetry Journal, WordPress, dreamimagine.express, and Into the Abyss Volume 3. Get yourself a free copy if you email me of the Volume 1. If you email me at alexmurdoch29@gmail.com, or if you message me on Insta, that's at PO3TRYJOURNAL Poetry Journal. For the first volume, I have that on free giveaway. Especially, I'm back doing email marketing. I just want to keep people updated through emails with a lot of the things that's going on with my books, especially because I usually talk a lot of various topics, but focusing on just things to do with the book especially, and videos of my performances, different unique things, definitely email. So definitely get in touch with me, and we could set you up with a subscription, because sometimes I do have a lot of discounts that I let people know about. So but yes, of course, appreciate people tuning in, and until next time, tune in. Thank you. Take care.